In this video, we're going to walk through the LinkedIn Sales Navigator tool so we can find different prospects, different customers that we can go after based on a certain set of criteria. Now, this is a paid tool through LinkedIn. I believe it's about $80 a month. However, you do get a free 30-day trial, and I highly recommend you pick that up because it's definitely worth it, and you can easily start building relationships, connections, just by using this tool for 30 days. So I want to show you how you can build out a specific audience here. So we can come in here and look at geography. Let's say that we wanted to focus, let's say just in California, okay? I just want to focus in the California area, and I want to then come in here and look at, let's go to not a specific company. I want to focus in on security and investigations, okay? And then I want to focus on companies 51 to 200. Okay, great. And then we want to go to seniority level here. Let's say we want to focus in on the, let's see if we can find the C level. Let's go to C level here. And then VPs, and then directors, and then managers. Because what we're going to be doing with our emails is we're going to be going up top here, emailing the C-level folks, because what we're going to be doing with our email a lot of times is contacting the people above each department. So if we want to get a hold of the VPs, right, we're most likely going to send an email to the C-level folks, right? If we want to get a hold of the managers, we're most likely going to be contacting the directors because these guys are going to delegate down, right? So let's go up here and take a look at this list here. We have 1,325. Okay, and then we can look at the actual owners there, and then we can come down here and we can break this down even further. We want to get these folks that are in business development, that we want to hit up the folks that are in sales, right? So this is how we can break this down even further, or we can break this off here, okay, and remove the included seniority level and break this down even further. So let's say we wanted to come in here and we wanted to go into the business development, okay? That's the function. And then we want to target CEOs, right? Let's go over here, CEO, and we want to target CIO. And then we're going to target director. We'll just put a director in there, and then manager. So we can break this down pretty much however we would like, right? We can break it down by specific actual title here. You can see the list is actually smaller. We can go here if we know exactly who we're targeting. Let's just say for this example here, we are targeting just the CIOs here. And then we're targeting, let's go to security. Let's go to security director of security. So we know, and let's even go down here and type in VP of security. Perfect. So now we know that we can contact the C-level folks for getting in contact with the VP and directors. And if we want to get a hold of the directors, we're most likely going to contact VPs. But oftentimes, the directors, you can contact the C-level and the VP level folks, and then they'll forward them over to the directors. So 17, let's go ahead and break this down to the entire US here. So I know there's more. We just got to break this down a little bit further, but I just want to kind of give you an example here of how we can break this down. Let's say we wanted to look at this guy here. So we would be able to look at his profile. Let's dismiss that. Typically, we should be able to find their contact information in here. So reports to a specific manager. Let's see if they don't have any contact information in here. But what we can do is very easily send them a connection message, right? And my strategy typically that I like to use is I will send a connection message to just say, hey, John Smith, noticed you're in the XYZ industry. Really looking forward to connecting with you there. Fantastic. They accept our connection request. And then I'll follow up with another message that says, hey, Jack, I really appreciate you accepting me into your network. I'm looking forward to exploring how we can mutually benefit from being connected. Oh, hey, by the way, do you know, or are you currently, or what is your experience, right? So I'm opening up dialogue and asking a question. The problem with LinkedIn and where people drop the ball here is everybody's just trying to sell. There's no connection, there's no actual conversation, right? The way that we do it is we make sure that our profile is really up to date. It's stating the benefit, the outcome that you actually produce and provide. And that's doing the selling for you. Because when you're coming across and you're like, hey, we specialize in X and Y, we can do this, blah, 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 they're getting turned off, because LinkedIn is something where you need to have a personal connection, personal kind of experience. Let's have a conversation, right? And people are not realizing that. I mean, we provide LinkedIn services to a lot of different companies, especially in the security space. And one of the things that we do is always look to build a relationship and start a conversation, right? A lot of people don't really know and have this idea that, hey, I'm going to connect with as many people as possible and just pitch my message. I mean, I get so many messages from people almost weekly, and they're like, hey, here's my product. This is what I could do, blah, blah, blah. When do you have time for a call? They've never even asked me a question, never even had a conversation with me, and then come across to the point where it's like, hey, by the way, we specialize in X, or what are you doing for X? And then inviting them to potentially get on the call, right? So LinkedIn is a great tool here. You can build very custom audiences. Now, one of the things that you can do is when you've got your list here set up, you can save this to your leads list, okay? Where you can create a lead list of, let's say, VPs at XYZ type of security companies, or directors at XYZ, whatever that may be that you want to create that lead list for. And then you can go right here and actually view profile or just connect. Nice and simple. Now, if you want to pull this up here and break this down into a little box, this is how we can actually break this down even further. So we can break this down by specific companies, company type, different groups, past companies, years at position. So if you really want to get hyper specific here, I mean, you can break this down by how many years somebody's been at a certain position, if they're a connection to somebody that you know, the seniority level, the language, the relationship, right? So really breaking this down so that hey, I want to go after these folks within this criteria. But again, think about LinkedIn as something that you are creating a relationship with people, right? You are having a conversation. So with this guy, as I mentioned, I would look to connect with them. If I was providing, let's say, IT projects or IT security type of services, right? I would reach out to them in a very nonchalant way. I would ask for a connection as far as, hey, I noticed you're in the banking or finance industry, wanted to see if you'd be open to connecting. Boom. They accept your connection, and then you respond with, hey, really appreciate you accepting me into your network. Looking forward to exploring how we can mutually benefit from being connected. Boom. Hey, what do you got going on over here or over there, right? So again, one of the great tools here that I highly recommend, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, free for 30 days. You can build very customized audiences in here. Now they have an advanced area here where you can actually go deeper into your research. So you can filter by keywords, geographical location, but then you can go to department headcount, headcount growth, annual revenue, company headcount growth. You can filter by technology use. So if you know that companies are using BigCommerce, HubSpot, Joomla, this is actually some really good information here. So being able to really filter out your list here, right? And your target market. This is definitely something that I highly recommend you invest in. So I highly recommend you sign up for at least a 30-day trial where you can come in here for free for 30 days and get to know the actual LinkedIn Sales Navigator, the tool, actually build out some custom lists, right? Start actually reaching out to people and being able to build those connections and start those conversations. So That's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.